Hello, welcome back to our channel. Myself Yukta Ghuglot, Secretary at Applied Forensic Research Sciences. My topic for the video is Collection and Preservation of Paint Evidence Part 1. In content, we have definition of paint, composition of paint, and collection and preservation techniques of paint evidences. Let us start with the definition of paint. Paint is any pigment, liquid, liquefiable, or solid mastic that, when applied to a substrate, it is in thin layer form and later it converts into a solid film. Like glass, fiber, and hair, paint is also considered to be a trace evidence. In simple words, it is evidence that is transferred from a main source to the scene of crime. Paint composites of solvent, pigment, binder, and additive. So let us understand the composition of paint in detail. The first composition we have is solvent. A solvent is a liquid that holds the solid particles in paint. Do remember that solvent will evaporate, leaving behind the solid coating. And we can use different solvents that can be used to get different surface effects. Our second composition is binder. A binder is always present in any particle for binding all the particles or holding all the particles together. Same here, the binder plays a role in holding all the particles together in a solid film and after the solvent gets evaporated. Properties of a binder in paint are giving adhesion, increasing gloss level, hardness, abrasion, giving resistance, flexibility, increases speed of drying and durability. Next composition of paint is pigment. Pigment is a component that gives color to paint. Pigment particles are very small and are suspended in the binder and solvent system. Pigments are not soluble in the solvent and hence the binder holds them together to form the surface film. Extender pigments are used in primers and primer surfaces to enhance film properties and to determine the feeling and sanding properties of the paint film. Fourth and last composition of paint is paint additive. These additives are special components of paint. These are used in small quantities to improve production and storage properties of the liquid paint products, as well as application and other performance properties of the liquid film. Additives can be used as corrosion inhibitors, plasticizers, dryers, UV absorbers, and to improve the performance of the paint. Next is collection and preservation of paint evidences. As we know, our priority is first to secure the crime scene area. Next, we have to photograph the evidences and crime scene area. Paint sample containing area should be photographed without disrupting the evidences because any disruption to the crime scene could potentially contaminate the paint evidences. After this, investigator can proceed to collect the paint samples by carefully scraping or peeling paint from the surface where it is located. Tools to be used are tweezers. Paint evidence should be carefully preserved up till it is examined forensically so that it remains unaltered while it is transferred from the crime scene to the laboratory. All paint samples should be kept in a separate container. Remember that if paint evidence is found on clothing, it should not be removed from it. Rather than this, the clothing should be rolled up in a paper and to be sent in laboratory. Once the samples are reached the lab for examination, investigator will look for several things such as the edges of paint, whether the paint is multiple layer or single layered, the quality, composition, etc. Because this could help the police in determining the culprit's car is new or old, as the paint chip from a car that has been painted several times is to be multiple layered. Time to see how much you have learned. So, the question we have here is what type of evidence is paint? And the options are A. Biological evidence, B. Ballistic evidence, C. Trace evidence, and D. None of the above. And from the previous uploaded video on the topic that is diatoms and its forensic importance, part 1 is golden brown color of diatoms is due to the presence of dash, and the options were A. Mycoxanthin, mucoxanthin, and mixoxanthophylls, B. Alpha and beta carotenes and mixoxanthin, C. Fucoxanthin, ditoxanthin, and dinoxanthin, D. None of the above. Correct option for this question is C. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel for more informative videos. Thank you.